What is going on, Diablo 2 fans? Dabrunski here, and today I'm going to count down what I think are the top 5 melee builds in Diablo 2. I'm going to talk about some of the pros and cons for each build, and of course this list is going to be a little bit subjective. Some builds on this list I enjoy the playstyle, others I don't, and I kind of weighed that into sort of my rankings, so let me know in the comment section below if you guys completely agree or disagree with my choices. I like kind of reading the comments and gauging your feedback. Also, a quick reminder for those that don't know, I do stream twice a week on Twitch, so if you guys enjoy my YouTube content, I got the link for my Twitch channel in the description below, twitch/Dabrunski125. Any follows there would be very much appreciated. But guys, I hope you enjoy this video. Let's jump in. Number 5 on my list, the Whirlwind Barbarian. This is a powerful melee build that is arguably the only build in the game, or I should say the only melee build in the game that has decent AoE damage. I do, however, find the gameplay to be a little bit clunky, and I really hate whirlwinding through mana burn monsters. It's pretty frustrating being stuck in the center of a monster pack with no mana. Mechanic limitations of the skill also impact increased attack speed breakpoints, so simply put, only weapons with a lot of increased attack speed are good with this build because only weapon IS affects breakpoints. Chance to cast on striking also does not work with the skill Whirlwind, which is something to take into consideration as well when you're choosing your gear. But overall, it's a powerful build, and that's why it earned number 5 on my list. Number 4, the Smiter. The Smiter is one of the most niche and effective builds in the game. It is by far the best character for running Uber Tristram with, and this is largely due to the mechanics of the skill Smite. This skill never misses and works with Crushing Blow and Open Wounds, making it an excellent build for just basically farming organs and torches. It is important to note that Lifesteal, Mana Steal, and Deadly Strike does not work with this skill. You will have to rely on a source of life tap to heal yourself against Uber Tristram. There is also an almost infinite number of gear pieces that you can use with this build, like Last Wish, Reef, Guardian Angel, Kira's Guardian, G-Face, Enigma, Hawes, Exile, etc. can all be used to make a viable budget or godly smiter. The only real downside to this build is that it's not very effective against multiple groups of monsters. You can, however, use Zeal as a substitute for these situations, an effective but niche character that ranks number 4 on my list. Number 3, the Fury Druid. This is probably my favorite melee build in Diablo 2. It essentially breaks the mold when it comes to melee setups because it uses gear that's typically not found on your standard meta melee setups. It's also extremely versatile and can be tailored differently depending on your choice of summons and gear. Anything from a 22,000 damage Fury setup to an 8,000 life Uber Tristram build is possible. There are, however, a few mechanic limitations that hold the build back. Only weapon IS determines your increased attack speed breakpoints, the skill Fury can be interrupted, the build naturally has very low defense, and block rate animations can be very punishing with this build, making shield variants a very poor choice in my opinion. This is a versatile and powerful character, but its limitations hold it back from anything higher than number 3 on my list. Number 2, the Frenzy Barbarian. This build is the most mobile, non-teleporting melee build in Diablo 2. Similar to the Fury Druid, this build can pretty much do anything. Magic Find, General PVM, or Uber Tristram is all within the scope of this character. Little quirks like the Weapon Swing bug allow you to achieve 100% Deadly Strike and 100% Crushing Blow when you use the rumored Death. This is a very, very fun build to play, but it really struggles with the lack of AoE damage, and this becomes very apparent when you're dealing with large groups of enemy monsters. The Cursed Decrepify can also be pretty crippling to a Frenzy Barbarian, whereas other builds like the Whirlwind Barbarian aren't really affected as much. I highly recommend playing around with the Frenzy Barb if you've never played it before. The fun factor combined with damage and survivability is why I ranked it at number 2. And finally, the number 1 melee build in Diablo 2 is of course none other than the Zealer Paladin. With the exception of AoE damage, the Zealer pretty much has it all. Massive damage, an amazing support aura that makes your mercenary a lot stronger than other typical setups, a very high defense rating, it's super easy to achieve max block, and the skill Zeal is interruptible. There are also other viable option choices outside of Grief. Death is a great example. You can still reach the highest possible IS breakpoint because of Fanaticism, and still reap the Deadly Strike, Crushing Blow, and Glacial Spike proc benefits. The build does, however, get a little bit stale after you play it for a long time, it's pretty much the definition of a left-click only build. With that being said, it still is, in my opinion, the ultimate combination of damage and survivability, and that's why I rank the Zealer as the #1 melee build in Diablo 2. Well guys, there you have it. That wraps up today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I think that the Zealer is the best melee build in Diablo 2. Of course, let me know in the comment section below if you guys completely disagree with me. But I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do like this style of video, I can also make like a top 5 caster build, top 5 magic finding builds, sort of in the anticipation of Diablo 2 Resurrected launching sometime later this year. But as always, if you guys could throw a like on this video, share it, and even consider subscribing if you're new to my channel. I post new weekly content on YouTube, and I do stream twice a week on Twitch. So any follows on Twitch or subs on YouTube would be amazing. Other than that, guys, hope you have a fan-frickin-tastic day, and I'll catch you on my next video or live stream. Peace out.